Hey guys, this is Rage, how's it going? And today we're going to be doing Barrows. As you can see, this is my lovely little pixel character here. Today we're going to be doing some Barrow guides, just to show you one of my most efficient ways that I found to play Barrows. There's probably more efficient ways if you complete the task diary, but this is my own personal intake with it because I'm too lazy to do task diaries. Alright, first guys, let's talk about stats. Alright, so what we're looking at here, well, you can have any defense level. You could be a pure and do this, basically. Obviously, the higher defense you have, the better you'll hit. As for prayer, you need at least 43 prayer to utilize this method. The higher prayer you have, the better. Like at 70, you can take out like 3/5 of the brothers without running out of prayer, which is incredible. As for magic, you're gonna want to have enough magic for Ice Blitz or Barrage. So if you look here, Ice Blitz is 82, Barrage is 94. Obviously, if you do 94, it's going to be even better. If your mage is lower than that, you can use Entangle, you can use Snare. It doesn't really matter if you don't have Ancients. You can use any of those spells to cast the same thing. Obviously, Ancients is better because it does damage. You either need high melee or high range, to be honest. So range is necessary for killing items. If you don't have high range, then you're going to have to use melee, and you're going to need good melee stats to take them out with the DDS and Dragon Skimmy or better weapons. This is my set. This is what I typically use. So when maging, you obviously want the Trident of the Seas. You got your Mystic set here, Borrow Gloves, Unholy Book. You can replace this with another mage boosting shield or whatever have be. Avos for ranging, because if I want to switch into ranging to range Arim, I go into that. Basically like that. And if I want a melee for kill count, I go into that. And also, one last thing that you need in all this, so you can replace any of these items if you really want, guys. It doesn't really matter as long as you have something for tank and something for accuracy. But one thing you need is the Ring of Dueling, and the Ring of Dueling is actually very, very important. So another thing that will be very important for you guys to look at is this. Prayer Potion costs about 2.6k per dose. And usually per trip, it costs somewhere around 5.2k per dose. So you're wasting basically 5k. This only costs 4k. Alright, so let's go on to a trip. So traveling to Barrows can be a really big pain in the ass, I'm sure. But with this lovely method, you don't have to worry about that because all you have to do is that. Now, let's talk about the inventory because you're probably curious about my crazy looking inventory right now. I have a bunch of sharks for emergency healing, and I only really need 2 prayer doses. And the only reason why you keep 2 prayer doses is if the ladder is right next to the treasure room, you can basically run back and do a second trip in one. That will make you waste 2 prayer doses, though, killing the Barrow Brothers again with this method. So it's up to you if you want to do that. But I've already explained my armor. You can replace this armor with cheaper gear or more expensive gear if you're richer or more poor. The magic potion is optional. You don't have to bring a magic potion. I just like a little bit more accuracy. Same with range. The first thing I do is I usually sip a range potion. I come up here, dig, go straight into Arim because Arim is one of the few pieces that you have to play against. Now here I actually use a magic shortbow eye, which gives you 2 spec, which is very nice for killing Arim. You can also choose to use melee if you really want. If your range sucks, just bring a dragon dagger and spec them out. Either one works, but obviously if you bring melee, you don't want to bring the range potion. You're going to want to bring a super combat potion or a superset. It doesn't matter which. Now the thing is, you want to get out of these tunnels as soon as possible because obviously it drains your prayer. And once you kill that, you go into your full mystic set. You drink your mage potion if you brought one. Go ahead and you kill Carol. And basically your objective here is just to kill these pieces as fast as possible. You can choose to flick this if you want, like you can flick it every few turns. I typically don't do that because I'm not that motivated to do such a thing. When I'm lower prayer, I'll show you what I do with that. But continuing on here, we killed him. Very easy. With the trident, everything's really easy, and with the accuracy. So next, after you've killed Carol, you go straight up to Darok. The reason why you go for Darok here is because Darok is a hard-hitting motherfucker, and you don't want to get hit by his shit. So what you go for here is you go for these three brothers first, and after that, it doesn't really matter what you go to. Personally, I go to Guffins next, just because. Why not? And as you can see, my prayer is pretty high. I'm at 70, but you can also do this at like 60 prayer and like even 50 prayer. You might need to freeze him, and which I didn't explain. I have that for barrages. You can also use ice burst to freeze or entangle if you don't have that, or snare even. So here we're going into Guthin. But if you have 70 prayer, basically you're almost set for almost all the Barrows. So see, Guthin's is the tunnel, so you avoid him. Go around here, you're just running around trying to get all these Barrow brothers out. Alrighty. You go for Torag. And yeah, you basically just play like this the entire time. Trident hits very hard with high accuracy and very commonly, so you'll kill these quite fast. You'll save lots of prayer. Now the one last thing that I'm going to talk to you about is when your prayer is around 7, what you can do actually to speed up your kills and help save charges on your trident is, so as I'm running up to Barak here, basically what you can do is you can put on this prayer, Mystic Might. And now this is basically what you do when you don't have any prayer. So as you can see, I'm going to freeze him, walk a space back, and now he can't hit me. And now you can just chill out for the rest of the kill. You don't have to worry about it. Your prayer is going to drain to 0 anyway, so you might as well make some use of it while you have a little bit left. That's just the way I see it. And yeah, so after this we'll get into kill count. Alright guys, so starting the tunnel, you want to get your melee on for your kill count. I don't really bother bringing a superset. You could if you really want to, but I don't think it's necessary. Now one last thing, the ideal kill count is around 11. People might argue that and say it's around 15 or some other number. It doesn't really matter, guys, but ModMat K said something about 11 kill count and something about killing like 5 skeletons to get it. So yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to be doing in this little part of the section here, just to show you. So as you see, I avoid the worm, get into the tunnel. I avoid everything besides skeletons. Alright guys, so for this last part here, this is basically what you do for the last Barrow brothers. You go ahead, freeze them, and you go ahead and heal them. If it is Daharak as your last brother or whatever, all you need to know is at 1 HP he's going to be able to hit a cap of 54 damage. So if you're at 57, you're going to be fine. So just go ahead and freeze him, walk away, and do this. If you're below 54 or you're at 54, I suggest you eat a shark before doing it. So we're going to go ahead and continue. One last thing to bring to your attention though. Well, obviously, when you're finished killing the boss, you want to switch off to your trident to save charges, because it's 400 JP a charge. But if you are going into Barrows here, if you run around here, actually, there is a hidden ladder right here. So if you can get your Barrow brother right there, if it's a melee one. If it's range or mage, it will still hit over it. But if you get a melee one, you can switch into it, and you can attack it like that while safe spotting. So we're going to go ahead and kill our last one, and we're going to get our piece, and we'll see what we get. Hopefully it'll be good, guys. Oh man, skeleton jacked. I'm not going to bother killing that one, though I really want to. Yeah, I'm just going to stay at 11 kill count. There's no need for extra unnecessary effort. So here, if you mess up, it's okay, it'll just change. Ideally how you want to do this is you want to do it right while it attacks. So like right there, gives you a lot of time to change into it, and it gives a little bit of a delay before it attacks you. Now you can go ahead and loot your stuff. Let's see what I got. Nothing really good, but yeah, that's basically how you do it. Now this is the last step in my guide. The reason why we had the dueling ring, which I mentioned before. Now here, instead of running back to the ladder, you do not run back. You go and teleport to Clan Wars. You run up here, you can use the bank if you need to resupply anything. If not, all you have to do is run into this portal here, and teleport back and get into the appropriate gear that you want. But as you can see, all my stats are healed. I didn't have to use a single prayer pot, and now we can do it again. Now the reason why I bring 2 sets is because your run also gets restored too, so it's not like you're going to need stamina potions or stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this guide was helpful to some of you guys that are needing some help or tips for Barrows. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck on your chests. If you want to see videos similar to this one, don't forget to like and subscribe.